MMA's being back at it again with another banger today, fellas. I'm geeking. I've been waiting for this one. Alright, I've been waiting for this one. We are back, baby. Sham, the machine, Yuri Prochazka, our favorite fighters come away with huge wins at UFC 320. Ladies and gents, man, the grass is a little greener today, man. All right, the sky, it's a tad bit bluer, if you know what I'm saying. After a card like that, man, an updated pound-for-pound ranking is needed. A 100% accurate one, I may add, okay? I'm going to be ranking my top 35 fighters in the UFC. And, chat, just for you guys watching out there, all right? I'll be separating these 35 into 10 tiers, okay? So, yes, that is correct. MMA Spear, man. MMA Spear out here giving you a ranking and a tier list in the same video. I'm just like that, okay? Let's get into it, fellas. I'm fired up, all right? All right? Tier number 10 of 10. So close, but so far away. Guys that are obviously contenders because they're on the list. They're top 35, all right? That's legit. But they lose, no question, to the champ and a couple contenders at the top of their divisions. Number 35. Patty the Batty, mate. Patty the Batty, okay? Obviously at the top of the lightweight division right now, he's fighting for that title shot. He should not get it. He should fight, I think, Gaethje, but I don't even know. Maybe Holloway, bro. I thought about that the other day. That would be a banger. Okay, you probably have him higher, but realistically, thinking about it, he's right around the 30 range, okay? Looking at strength of schedule, that's what really does not do him any favors. Okay, he's got Ferguson, Green, and Chandler. Those are definitely some old heads. Doesn't stack up well as these other guys. Love him. Okay, I love Patty. Patty the Patty. But I'm putting him 35. 34. Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy, bro. I don't think he's that good, if I'm being real. All right, chat? No hate to Lerone, bro, all right? Respect. But current top 3 and arguably the best division in the sport right now at featherweight. Great finish last fight, against Pico. But same as Patty, man, he's just lacking those big names on his resume. He does not deserve the next title shot, okay? I have been adamant on that from the start, and I'm sticking to it. It should be Mobzar, but 34, Lerone Murphy. 33, Rainier the Ritter. Plot Armor King himself. Love how active this guy is, man. Great win against Whitaker. That really legitimizes him as a contender at middleweight. He deserves good future matchups. Great fight against Allen. I think he wins that. He's got great wrestling, so put him at 33. RDR, man. Moving on. 32. Brandon Moreno. I will be champion one day. Okay, former champ. Obviously, that's gonna add some value there. He's proven he can still win at this next era. Okay, against Steve Erceg, Albazi. He's got Tyra next. Okay, and I think that's going to be a banger fight. It's aimed for 323. I don't know if that's official, but I've seen a couple tweets on that. I think that's a sick fight. Really 50-50. I don't even know who I'd lean towards, but honestly, Moreno's only really lost to the best. Pantoja, Figgy, our king, friend of the channel, Brandon Royval. So yeah, 32, Brandon Moreno. 31, Ian Gary, man. Ian Machado Gary, bro. Hot take, I love this guy. Okay? I know that's a hot take because he's pretty hated, but he always fights. He always stays active, man. Great fight against Bilal that just got booked. Dude, that UFC Qatar is going to be sick. Okay? That and then the Arm and Hooker fight. Yes, sir. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, sir. That is number 1 contenders fight. Okay? It is. Winner of that should definitely get the title shot. Pratis win is aging extremely well, and he took that fight on short notice. He's a very good grappler, so going against Bilal, I think that, honestly, his style matches up pretty well. But I think that's a great fight. 31, Ian Machado Gary, bro. Ian Machado Gary. Number 30, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Okay, it actually kills me to put him above Gary, but yes, I have Shavkat at 30. It's only because of the win over him, okay? Even though Gary came in on short notice. But Shavkat is just so inactive, dude. Okay, the fact that he's number 15 on the UFC's actual pound-for-pound list, that is a war crime, okay? They need to change that list. He's been out. He just got hurt again, okay? He's out another 10 months. That's Dude, that's just gonna slow the welterweight division, okay? He's just gonna keep dropping because everyone at that weight class, which is one of the best weight classes, I think that and featherweight are probably the two best weight classes right now. But everyone else just keeps fighting in that division, which is why it's so good. It's only gonna have him fall. So 30, Shavkat Rakhmonov. You may hate it, but that's accurate. 29, Cyril Gane. Not crazy about him, man, or the entire heavyweight division. I won't lie. But he's only lost to the best, so you got to give him some credit there. Jones, Ngannou, most likely Aspinall. All right, I'm taking Tommy there. Tommy boy. Volkov question mark is on there. Kind of a robbery, but hey, he got the W, so can't really argue. He's got that champ value, and he's obviously a number one contender. He's getting the title shot next, so you got to give him credit there, even though it's at heavyweight, which is kind of why he's so low. 29, Cyril Gane. All right. 28, Carlos Elberg. Carlos, coming off of the Reyes win, man. He's the number one contender at light heavyweight. Okay, you could argue Yuri, but I mean him or Yuri. It's really flip-flop. But if it wasn't for our king, Alex Pereira, just being so good, man. He's just so freaking good, dude. I freaking love that guy. He's probably going to be moving up is what it sounds like for either a Jones fight or an Aspinall fight. I can see a possible vacant title fight for Carlos Ulberg against Yuri Prochazka. Okay, I think that would be a banger idea if Pereira does move up and fight either Jones or Aspinall. But if Pereira moves up, vacates, I think Ulberg and Yuri for the vacant title. 27, Brandon Royval, the king. Friend of the channel, man. Oh, come on, dude. Royval is just that guy. Trying to be unbiased here because, obviously I'm boys with him. But to be completely honest, man, he only loses to the best two. Pantoja and Van. All right, he really has not, throw Moreno in there, but he got that one back. I think he beats Cap. Unbiased opinion, okay? I think he beats Cap, and he'll be fighting for the title again soon. If not, he's taught, obviously he talked about, on our channel, guys. On our channel. Go check out the interview if you haven't, but that possible bump up to 135, dude, I would love that. Some of those fights would be sick, all right? Figueiredo, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, dude, little Sean O'Malley, Brandon Royval, that would feed families, all right? 27, Brandon Royval. 26, Justin Gaethje. I guess he's the number one contender at light heavyweight. All right, lightweight, sorry. No, dude. He should not be getting the title shot next. He should be fighting Patty or at least just someone, okay, before he freaking takes on Ilya. But it's getting rumored that that's going to headline the start of 2026. That's going to be the paramount, kind of grand opening, I guess. But I think he should fight Patty, Arman and Hooker, and then based on how both those fights go, whoever really has a better performance should fight Ilya. Dude, I'm not going to lie, though. Now that I've been thinking of Holloway, Patty, dude, I can't get that out of my head. God dang, bro. That would be sick. I'd probably take Holloway there. But, yeah, moving on. 25, Corey Sandhagen, fresh off the Merab loss, man. If I'm being real, he looked great. All right? I had it 48-46. A couple people DM'd me on Instagram saying that, because I put my scorecard up, saying that, oh, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That was freaking domination, all right? Yeah, okay. You can still dominate a fight, and the scores are technically close, all right? I had Corey winning the first round and the fourth round, and then 10-8 for Merab. So maybe I'm tweaking, but, that 10-8 goes a different way. That's really that's a 1-point fight, all right? That's a 1 round. That's a 5-round decision right there, all right? So, Corey, he's one of the most well-rounded in the UFC. Tough next fight. I was trying to matchmake him, but I don't really know who he goes against. Maybe Sean, but I think Sean, I don't really think they're on the same timeline right now because O'Malley will probably fight December. Maybe Bautista after the Umar fight. If he loses, I think that would be good, but yeah, kind of a tough spot for Corey's next fight. Moving into tier number 9, chat. These people have beaten everyone around them, all right? Just stacked resumes, long-time UFC guys. They've been in the organization for a while. 24, Charles do Bronx. Charles do Bronx. Sorry. It's Charles do Bronx fight week this week. He's fighting against Gamrot this weekend. We will win and continue title run part 2. Nah, chat. Realistically, no, I think he'll win. I think he'll win against Gamrot, but realistically, I think we've seen the end of the title fight days for Oliveira. Probably just fun fights from here on out, but he's definitely still at the top of lightweight. And yeah, man, he's obviously, his resume is stacked. You know, that title run was just freaking generational, man. So 24, Charles Oliveira. 23, Yuri Prochazka. This guy just freaking finds ways to win, man. All right, it was necessary. It was necessary. All right, look that clip up. That was him after he beat Khalil this weekend. But dude, Yuri he's only lost to Pereira, and the guy is he finds ways to win, man. He loves to lose. He loves to be losing, get hit, and then just win. All right, I'd love to see him fight Ulberg, like I said earlier. I think he'd make that Ulberg fight just messy. I mean, he does it every single time, and I don't think Ulberg really handles that too well. He's more of a point fighter, likes to keep it clean. So I'd love that matchup. But 23, Yuri. 22, rounding out tier 9. Puerto Rican. Most likely next matchup for Merab. Do I think he wins? No. Okay. But he's obviously a former champ. You know, he's beaten guys. Obviously, the McGee win. That's a good win for the guy. Very technical. And, you know, he's only really lost to former champs. Sean, Merab, the GOAT now. So, 22, Puerto Rican. Entering tier number 8, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is the number 1 contenders tier. Pretty much, these guys are all next up for a title shot. If not, they're arguably next up. All right. 21, our king, Joshua Van. All right, we love Joshua Van, man. Coming off the crazy win against fellow friend of the channel, Brandon Royval, man. Fight of the year, honestly. The only thing he's lacking is resume. Okay, that's the reason he's a number 1 contender, but just not any higher. He went from Bruno Silva to Royval. That is an insane turn up, okay? He came in on short notice, which is why we all love the guy. But, yeah, Bruno Silva. Yes, chat, okay? Yes, holy crap, every video. I went to that fight, okay? I was at UFC 316. Hunter, Dana, they said, Spear, dude, we need to fly you out on a private jet. You need to see this freaking fight in person. I did so, all right? Jeez, thank you, UFC, for doing that. If you want to do that again in the future, I would not argue, okay? Number 20, Sean Brady. All right, another guy I love, man. Just found out this weekend, okay? This is crazy to me. He beat Craig Jones in a grappling match. All right, modified rules, okay? But still, that is ridiculous, all right? Filthy grappling, obviously BJJ right there. But, he's coming off of a domination against former champ Leon. To be honest, he could be next up at welterweight after Islam JDM, in my opinion. But the guy's just so freaking entertaining that he's going to want to fight again. Probably December, so I'd be interested to see. But he's got great wins. Obviously, that Leon win. So, number 20, Sean Brady. Top 20, 19, Diego Lopez. Amazing win against Gene Silva. That win is going to age beautifully, in my opinion. Okay, it just goes to show, that fight right there, it just goes to show how good Volk is, man. How good our king Volk is, brother. Featherweight GOAT. But honestly, now, Lopez is still top of the featherweight division. Stacked resume. We're talking Silva, Ortega, Ige. Ige's kind of, But losses have even looked good, in my opinion. Movzar, he lost a close decision, but he came in on short notice. All right? And the Volk fight. Really close fight. One of the best fights of the year. And Volk's the GOAT. So, he's one fight away from the title, in my opinion. One more win. Zalal was saying after 320 that he could be next. I don't know if Youssef knows something we don't, but he might be high or something. So, 19, Diego Lopez. 18, Movzar Evloev, the man that beat Diego Lopez. Movzar should be next up for the title. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. He's got a better resume than Murphy, who I think is not. I think Volk ruled out Murphy, which is good, okay, because it should not be Lerone next. But, I mean, he's beaten Lopez, so Lopez is not getting it. Also, Lopez just lost to Volk. And he beat Aljo, so Aljo should not get it. So, I mean, it really only leaves Movzar, I think. I think Volk wins, but still, I mean, he deserves the shot. He's the number one contender, arguably the best division, like I said. So, yeah, number 18, Movzar Evloev. 17, Umar Nurmagomedov, future champ. Yes, chat, that is correct. Even with Merab, I think Umar is a future champ. Arguably fight of the year against at 311 against Merab Dvalishvili. But man, dude, this guy's something special. All right, with how well Corey looked against Merab, I think that win only ages better for Umar. He's got Bautista next at 321. I think he wins that. And honestly, people are saying like this is an overreaction. But if he beats Bautista, he should be next up for the title. Okay, that fight was so close. One win should get you right back into it. So, 17, Umar. 16, Nasruddin Imavov. Arguably the best next in line for the title shot. The only problem is he's got Hamzat Chimaev in front of him. Probably the most dominant champ right now. The most dominant, okay? I didn't say best. All right, chill the freak out, all right? He's got great wins, stacked resume. Moralio, Izzy, Allen, all are aging well, but I still think he just gets smashed by Hamzat. Entering tier number 7, chat. What is it? The Armin tier, okay? Guess who it is? Armin Sarukian. Finally, chat, he is fighting. Yes, he will win against Hooker, but still, all right? The fact that he's fighting is huge for lightweight. And finally gets the division on the road, man, all right? He's in his own tier, okay? Because he's just been so inactive. It's impossible to gauge where he's at because he hasn't fought in so long. Obviously, the Charles win is huge, and, you know, I think we'll see where he stacks up after the Hooker fight, but I'm putting Armin at 15 in his own tier, okay? Next tier, 6, the still champion caliber. Okay? Guys that are just the absolute best contenders right now, or like they're literally fresh off title reigns. All right, chat. Now we're starting to cook. We're getting into the top tier. All right, fellas. This video's a banger. I already know it. All right? 14, Belal Muhammad. Remember the name. Former champ. Went to war with JDM. All right? And he obviously went on an insane run to get to the title in the first place. Okay? He stacked together a crazy win streak. And he had a huge, dominant win over Leon. Dude, everyone's just dominating Leon these days. Pause, okay? He's still very good, and I think it's going to be a great fight against him and Ian Gary. That should be a number one contenders fight. Obviously, Belal is the number one contender because he's fresh off the title reign. But, 14, Belal. I still think he's got it, and I can't wait for that fight, dude. Qatar is going to cook. 13, Magomed Ankalaev. Yes, chat. I'm dropping Ank to number 13 after 320. In my opinion, he was the lowest ranked champ before then, okay? And I'm just staying true to my gut. I said that before, and I'll say it again. Yes, he's good, but he was really just holding on to what is seemingly, okay, apparently it was a fluke title, all right? He's got very interesting future fights. Would love to see him against Khalil. I think that would be sick. But, I mean, after that massacre against our king, Alex Pereira, he's, you know, man, he's dropping to 13. All right, so Ank is going all the way to the big 1-3. 1-2, 12, Sugar Sean O'Malley, man. Very recent champ. Yes, he got finished by Merab, but weirdly enough, man, I still think he looked good. I don't know if it was because, you know, I was watching the fight in person because I don't know if you guys knew that, but I did go to UFC 316, so I don't know, but he looked bigger. He looked more filled out in that fight. You know, and he's only lost to Merab. So really, I think his next fight will probably be in December. I think it should be against Song Yadong. I'm hearing rumors, okay? I'm hearing rumors from everywhere, but I think that'd be an electric fight. My boy is like, who's an O'Malley Glazer. He's convinced that he dog walks Song. I just don't think that at all. I think that's a great fight. I still have O'Malley winning, but I don't think it's a dog walk by any means. He really is the best in that division, apart from Umar and Merab, in my opinion. So, number 12, O'Malley. 11, DDP. Coming off of the brutal loss to Hamzat, man. I mean, other than that, he's dominated everyone else. Like, he's found ways to win. I think 11's a good spot for him. He's been tested. He's proven his plot armor, that it still holds true. All right, and he's got a stacked resume. Izzy, Strickland twice, and Whitaker. Dude, Izzy, Strickland, Whitaker. Those are insane names. Those are middleweight greats. Okay, and he got them all back to back to back. I think he's still top tier. He just ran into an absolute tank in Hamzat. So, number 11, Sticks, DDP. Number 10, still in tier 6, all right? Max Blessed Holloway. Chat, other than Islam, okay, because Islam is pretty much like, he's pretty much a champ. I think other than that, Max is the best non-champ in the entire UFC. Okay, he beats Armin, he beats Charles, he flatlined Gagey, okay, he beats Hooker. Dude, I need this Patty fight. I need it, okay? I think it would be sick, and it could definitely happen because, if we're being real, both those guys are really one fight away from a title. Okay, he's an all-time legend, has all the names to go with his resume. Can't wait for his next fight. Obviously, probably early 26 because he came out and said that he was injured, but still, man, freaking love this guy. Blessed man himself, okay? Starting us off in the top 10. Tier number 5 of 10, ladies and gentlemen. These are the brand new champs, okay? Two guys that pretty much just got the belt, haven't really spent a ton of time as champ to this point. Number 9, Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena, all right? Let me tell you about this kid. He's so freaking badass, dude. Champ, okay, that really carries JDM, if I'm being real. This is what I think, okay? He really does not have a resume worthy of being higher than anyone above him, okay? He came in on short notice for the title. That's obvious. Okay, that's great. You know, he won. He beat Bilal fair and square. He looked great, all right? But you should really not be getting a title shot coming off of a Gilbert Burns win, okay, in 2025. Let's be real, all right? One that he was losing, a fight that he was losing. I love JDM, and I'm not hating, all right? But he will lose to Islam. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. All right, so I have JDM as my lowest champ. Number 8, the only other person in the tier 5 tier, okay? The brand new champs tier. Tom Aspinall. Tommy boy himself, all right? He's ahead of JDM because of the domination he's had at heavyweight, all right? Obviously, he finishes every fight. He kills everyone. He's cleared out everyone below him. He's not any higher, though, because he's yet to really defend the title. That's no fault of his own, all right? He's still got to take care of business at 321. I think he'll murder Gane. Not literally, okay? Not literally. But I think he beats Cyril Gane. He just doesn't have the name value, okay, compared to everyone else above him. Because at this point in the list, man, these guys all have crazy resumes, okay? They have domination and resumes. And I think Aspinall has domination, just not really the resume to go with it. So, for now, number 8, Tom Aspinall. Tier number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Best way to put this one is these guys, they're just our favorite fighters. All right, man? Complete legends, number 7. The great Alexander Volkanovski. All right, man? His resume, even as of late, all right? Even the win over Lopez is just aging beautifully. All right? Lopez's win against Silva, it just goes to show how good Volk is. Especially with how good featherweight has been this year, I feel like. It's only elevating Volk's status. So, I got him at number 7. He's the featherweight GOAT, no question. And he's only lost to the pound for pound, too, Islam and Ilya. All right? So, I mean, you can't really say anything bad about him. God, he's just so great, man. Number 6, Shama, Alex Ferreira. We are number 6 on the pound for pound, and we are so back, man. It's just, number 6 is the perfect spot for Pereira, in my opinion, all right? Same with Volk. Winning the title back at an older age is huge for pound ranking. Pereira's proven that his skill translates to literally pound for pound, all right? Middleweight success, light heavyweight success. Chat, we could be getting heavyweight success soon. All right, if I'm being real, we could get it. Dominated Ankalaev last weekend when nobody thought he would. All right, man, we're not going to talk about that. You know, I counted him out too, all right? My glorious king. No, I did that on purpose because, you know, just to motivate him, chat, right? I think Aspinall should be his next fight. That's a super fight, if I'm being real. I think it should be him, Aspinall, Yuri, and Olberg, and then Khalil and Ankalaev. I think that's how light heavyweight should shape out. But yeah, man, number 6, Sham. Next up, tier 3, okay? We're going to call this one the Smash tier. The Smash. We are into the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who's in the Smash tier? Khamzat Chimaev. I want to put him higher. I really do. Okay. But I think this is his peak right here. I don't think I can put him any higher right now. Now, obviously, he can go up because he looked dominant against DDP. But to this point, he's just not active enough and doesn't have the quantity in his wins to put him top 4. Okay, I can't put him above any of the top 4. Obviously, you guys know who's left. It's going to be Islam, Ilya, Pantoja, and Merab. I don't think Khamzat has the quantity of wins to be above any of them. All right, he's walked through everyone to this point, and I do think he is the greatest wrestler of all time in the UFC. Over Khabib, over Islam and Merab right now. I mean, I think top 5 is a perfect spot for him until he walks through Imavov, which I think he will do. Tier number 2. We're going to call this one the Pantoja tier. Number 4 is Pantoja. Dominated the division forever. Starting to finish fights now with Kai Kara France at 317. Is he the flyweight GOAT? No. Okay, that is Demetrius Johnson, and I don't think people they discredit DJ's reign, okay? The title defenses that he has is unreal, okay? And I don't think Pantoja is near that. But he's clearly one of the best and most well-rounded fighters of this generation, this entire era, and he's proven it more with volume of wins compared to Pereira or Khamzat. So I'm putting Pantoja above both of them. He's number 4. Now, chat, we have arrived at the top tier of the UFC, man. The 100% unquestioned best of the best. Yes, chat, I believe all 3 of these fighters remaining are at the same level. They really are. Okay, that's not crazy to say. Coming in at number 3, Merab's teetering on getting moved up, man. But for now, he's staying at number 3. All right, Aldo, Cejudo, O'Malley, Umar, O'Malley again. And now Corey? Chat, he's him. The machine is him, all right? Yes, he's a friend of the channel, so I'm trying to keep my bias out of this. But, I mean, come on. This guy is unstoppable. Jan is most likely his next fight, even though the first fight was literal domination, okay? The only thing holding him back is the lack of finishes, all right? But, I mean, dude, 3, arguably 2. I think he's really, really getting close to number 2 just because of his activity, dude. So he's lapping Islam and Ilya in fights. So I really think he's getting closer and closer to 2 and 1. But for now, he's number 3, okay? For my top 2, chat, we just have Islam and Ilya left. Give me Islam at number 2, Ilya at number 1. Our king at number 1. Okay, both are ridiculous. Both have unreal resumes to back it up, but I just feel that the volume of names Ilya has had in literally just the last 2 years, along with the dominance in each of those fights, you can't not put him number 1, all right? For Islam, he will beat JDM at 322 in chat. I think we will get Islam Ilya at welterweight afterwards. Yes, chat. Yup. Dana, make it happen. Make it happen. Hunter, make it happen. Okay, but chat, that is my entire UFC pound for pound list. And before we go, comments section in this bitch. Okay, oh my gosh. At Hank Does is in the comment section. Another day, another banger. Absolute GOAT. Hank Does is my boy, fellas. All right, if you don't know him, drop him the subscription down below right now. All right. Joshua Thomas 8272. I read this little message. Okay. I love it. I love this. All right. Joshua, hey, if you need a boy to talk UFC with, I'm the guy. All right. Spears the guy. And last but certainly not least, man, the Hall of Famer, the MMA Spear comment section king. History X is back. Don't forget that Merab has Nina on his resume. Absolute GOAT. Beats Corey 50-45. It wasn't that dominant, okay? But you're so right, dude. I didn't put Nina on the resume. It's a little awkward, but go check out Merab's documentary if you haven't. Those are the top 3 comments from that video. If you want to be featured in the next one, top 3 on this video will be, okay? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. We are teetering on 2K subscribers, all right? This is the best video I think I've ever made. I just got a feeling, fellas. I just got a freaking feeling, all right? So subscribe to the page. I'll catch y'all in the next one, fellas. Peace.